Chairman Vidyasankarji, President India Electronics Semiconductor Association, and a special guest to this function. Sri Rawatji, distinguished guest in this function. Sri Deepak Sahuji, Editor-in-Chief for Where India. Winners of this cricket match who are present here. Participants from IT industry from this region. My colleagues from STPI, directors from all across the country who are traveling with me for attending a directors meeting and who happen to be here without invited. So they are also here. Ladies and gentlemen, I am thankful to Mr. Sahu for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to be with you today. In fact, we had planned our directors meeting in Odisha, and then somehow it so happened that it coincided with this event that was planned. So I am very happy to be with you today evening. I have been given a topic about the status of MSME industry in the state of Odisha and how Bhubaneswar will be the smart city in times to come. I will try to do, talking to you whatever I can. I will start with that STPI in Odisha is present at 4 locations, including Bhubaneswar, Raurkela, Baleshwar and Behrampur. And we are also planning to open 3 new centers, namely at Angul, Jajpur, Sambalpur and Jajpur. We are also coming up with a state-of-art incubation infrastructure in right in Bhubaneswar, which is in about 70,000 square feet of space, which would be coming up within a year. Right from inception, STPI has been dedicated to promotion of the MSME sector. And therefore, promotion of MSME sector in country in general and in Odisha in particular has been an our mandate, and we have been doing it since our inception. If you look at the history of STPI, it was created in 1991 when the IT industry was totally insignificant and everything was so futuristic. It started doing and promoting the MSME sector. All these IT majors in this country have been the micro and small entrepreneurs at one point of time. And therefore, I can proudly say that STPI has been partner and collaborator in the progress of MSME sector across the country and has witnessed a MSME sector growing in a major IT power in the world. If I talk about Odisha, STPI has got more than 50 registered units and about 2,400 crore export is happening from IT units from this state. And the manpower that this industry employs in the state of Odisha is about 12,000. I can say that Odisha is growing in a very significant manner in field of IT. And the kind of collaborative effort that all the stakeholders in Odisha make, that is very, very significant. And I'm a stakeholder in most of the meetings because I'm a frequent traveler to Odisha. People know it. So I'm witness to the kind of effort that are being made by industry itself, industry associations, and the government of Odisha is also very proactive. STPI in Odisha is also very vibrant and it works soldier to soldier with all the stakeholders. I am sure that in times to come, whatever schemes and programs that Government of India and Government of Odisha puts in place for the growth of SME sector, state of Odisha will be able to reap that benefit and would position itself in terms of the growth of MSME sector and industry at large. I was raising the topic of this evening today that it is IT industry's perspective of Digital India initiative, and therefore I would like to talk about little bit about Digital India initiative, because nowadays Digital India initiative and its corollary Make in India as everybody's mind, and we all are working together, and the country's lot of activities are happening, and all the collaborators, all the states, government, industry, academia, and all the stakeholders in this country are working for making things happen, particularly for realizing the government's vision about Digital India and making it sure that we should be able to create those number of jobs under this Make in India program, where we provide and create conducive environment for manufacturing in this country. Digital India initiative was launched by the government, and it was just 6 months ago it was launched. Before that also, the country has already recognized that we are lagging in the manufacturing sector, particularly in the electronics, system design and manufacturing sector. And we had recognized and acknowledged, and we had already geared up to meet the challenges of another decade, because it was estimated that by 2020 the country will produce nearly $100 billion of electronic goods, whereas it will estimated to consume about $400 billion. So I always say that this $300 billion gap puts us in a scenario where we either come up, create this in an opportunity, create this number of job and manufacture in the tune of $300 billion, which can translate into about estimated 28 million jobs. These 28 million jobs or the magic numbers, and if we are able to successfully create 28 million jobs or about near approximately, we will be end up doing great service to this nation. And therefore I would say that Digital India initiative is an initiative which is focusing on creating enabling environment, policy initiative, promotional initiative, and bringing all the collaborators, all the stakeholders on one platform to make it sure that Make in India happens. We will evolve over a period of time from Make in India to Made in India, from an outsourcing nation to product nation. But at this juncture, this is a challenge, that how do we reduce our import dependence and manufacture within this country and convert that gap into number of jobs. And I am sure that Mr. M.N. Vidyasankar, being the president of India Electronic Semiconductor Association, present here, and he will also give a talk. I am sure that he will touch upon all those initiatives that the government of India is taking, and ISA being a stakeholder and a great participant and collaborator in policy making by government of India. So I am sure that he will share a lot of information with you. I would say that in the field of softwares, we are aware that we had exported about $89 million in financial year 2013-14, and the entire domestic and export put together revenue has been $118 billion. IT industry employs about more than 3 million engineers direct employment, and one direct employment creates 3 indirect employment. So it is about 90 million, 120 million people who are supposed to be connected with somehow with IT industry. And IT industry has been able to change the brand equity for the country and change the trend in the urban employment, and has added value in many sectors of the economy. But manufacturing sector, particularly the electronic sector, has lagged behind for many reasons. But coming from the close that we had under triad of policy and Digital India initiative, Government of India itself is taking number of initiatives. Smart cities, as we talked, so smart cities are going to consume a lot of electronics and IT. And I would look at smart cities, that a smart city will essentially a city which will be efficient city, in terms of power, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of connectivity, in terms of bandwidth, in terms of skill development, in terms of manpower, and that will provide a great opportunity for uninterrupted growth of IT industry and electronics industry. At the same time, it could also fuel a lot of demand of IT and electronics. So it would create a virtuous cycle. The industry, the smart cities are going to attract a lot of investment. Smart cities are going to create a conducive environment for the growth of industry. At the same time, to become even a smart city, they are going to demand a lot of hardware and software. And there I foresee a lot of opportunity for the IT industry in the country. So I would say that in times to come, with the kind of initiative that the government has taken up, most of you must be connected with social media, Make in India. A lot of information is always tweeted and shared by Facebook and Twitter. Every day you will find one activity or other, one initiative or other coming up. Even in STPI, we are getting a lot of multinational coming to us, getting registered. Projects have been very encouraging, and therefore I would say that in times to come, the country will prosper, the industry will prosper, and the prosperity and the promotional measures that are being taken would also reach to the small and medium entrepreneurs in Odisha, particularly too. We are ready for that. With this, I would congratulate the 2B award winners in cricket match and thank all the stakeholders. Thank Air India for giving me an opportunity to be with you. Thank you. Thank you.